So, this is like take number 3 or 4 for trying to get this video taken care of. I'm going to try and make this fast because I got Yule preparations to do. Just wanted to do a quick video on basic Book of Shadows information and then my multitude of Books of Shadows. First of all, a Book of Shadows is a record of everything that like you learn on your path, like rituals, spells, correspondences, really your experiences, anything that you experience, anything you learn on your path can go into your Book of Shadows. The concept of a Book of Shadows, honestly, is not that old. It started with the birth of Wicca over there in England, with Gerald Gardner. Second name pronunciations a lot of the time. But he's the one who started using the term Book of Shadows. A lot of the time, like way back, like, you know, the witch trial days and even before that, the people who practiced witchcraft were oftentimes illiterate. They couldn't write. Maybe they could write their names, but definitely no reading. And also, because of the persecutions and everything, they didn't want to have anything written down. Witchcraft, shamanism, any kind of like earth-based spirituality was mostly an oral tradition. So having a Book of Shadows that is within the last 100 years, maybe 150 years, but it was probably called like a grimoire or just a diary or a journal back in like the 1800s. But Books of Shadows, they are great assets when you're on your path. You can have like a composition notebook, a regular notebook, a 3-ring binder, a scrapbook. I actually kind of started doing a scrapbook Book of Shadows, and I'm still interested in that concept. It's just, it takes a lot of time, and I don't have time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Well, at least I don't have time for that. Not right now, at least. A 3-ring binder, a diary you get at like a bookstore, a altered book, like you go buy an old book and you alter the pages into a Book of Shadows. It could just be a bunch of loose papers in a file folder. You know, whatever. It could be on your computer. Okay, I have a library of shadows on my computer. It just has a bunch of documents, PDF files, pictures, stuff like that. But I suggest that everyone who follows any spiritual path should have some type of record of their personal learnings on their path. It doesn't matter what path you follow, you should have something that you can record your experiences so that you're not relying on somebody else's experiences. Like, great, you know, say that prayer, light that candle, meditate on that, but don't base everything off of this person's experience. Have your own experiences and keep a record of them. So I'm going to get into showing you my Books of Shadows so that you can see what I have, if you even care. So first of all, I've got my 3-ring binder. I wrote on here in Sharpie. It's my working Book of Shadows. This is just, it's got a bunch of like paper in it, you know. Just paper, dividers, you know, handwritten. I don't print anything off, first of all, because I don't really have ink in my printer. Second of all, I like handwriting things. I always have, because that makes everything feel a lot more, like, personal. It helps commit things to memory a lot better. But I suggest everybody has a working Book of Shadows, preferably in a 3-ring binder of some sort. Or a 2-ring binder, or a 1-ring binder. However you buy binders. The reason for that is because it makes it easier to, like, take out pages. If you screw up on something, like, say you're doing some art and you screw up on it, Instead of having to rip a page out of a bound book, you just like throw that page away and you start working on it again. Or you can trace what you've already done and just fix it. Another type of journal that I know a lot of people use, and it can be considered a working book, but they get these kind of like, they're like Moleskine journals. I think Moleskine. I don't really know what Moleskine. Danskin. I don't remember, but it's a brand. It's a type of journal, you know, and they're kind of small, and I think they make them like a little bit bigger, but not like much bigger. This particular one in my collection is dedicated book of worship, honoring to Hecate, because she is my family's matron. She is like, I wrote a blog post entitled Spiritual Mother or something like that. I don't remember the exact title, but it talks about how Hecate is my spirit, my soul's, my, you know, my spiritual energy's mother. She guides my soul into different incarnations so that I can learn the different things, and so that's why I have this wonderful little journal thing dedicated specifically to her. I plan on getting more for my other deities, and I will show you them when I get them. This one is pretty neat, nifty neato. I like the spine. This one is like a mirror book, book of mirrors, book of whimsy, book of mirrors. This is where I write down all of my experiences. Like if I meditate, what did I experience in that meditation? If I do a ritual, how did it make me feel? What worked? What didn't work? That type of thing. And then these two are pretty much the same. This one right here has the goddess on it. You can see that. The goddess on it. And a pentacle on the back. And then this one has the pentacle on the front and just an awesome design on the back. They are nearly identical. Currently they have all the same information in them, I think. Actually, this one has a little bit more, but I have to transcribe into this one. I plan on getting a bigger, like, you know, like at most a 12 by 12, but preferably like an 11 by 9 or something like that. Leather bound, handmade, Book of Shadows, like a bigger one. These two I plan on passing down to my kids, if either or both of them decide that they want to follow this path. The big one would be kept in the family. It would be another one that is passed down, and it would have pretty much the same information in it. But it would stay with me. Like these, once these are filled up, they're getting passed down, and that could be within like the next year I could fill these up. So these will be put away, and when my children get older and make a conscious choice, I'll be passing these down to them. So pretty much those are my current books of shadows that I am currently writing in, currently working on. Like I said, I have a ton more. I have 1, 2, 3, at least 3 more journals, another binder, and countless loose leaf pages that I keep in books, notes I write in margins of books that I own. But yeah, and when it comes to, oh, and like I said, the Library of Shadows, when it comes to handwriting your books, a lot of the time people talk about how you should use a special ink or a special pen. For these, you know, these 3 right here, I don't really have a special pen. Sometimes I use a black pen to write in the Hecate book, but not always. Oftentimes I just use a blue inked Bic pen because I like blue ink. I don't know why. I used to hate it, and now I love it. But in these 2, and in the bigger one that I plan on buying at some point in the future when I have an excess of extra money, I use a calligraphy pen. And it's the kind that you just have to have a it already, like, a pre-done ink cartridges. It did come with an ink filler so that I can get a jar of ink and just put it in here. But I use this for special writings, parchment writings, because these have handmade paper. This works really nicely on them. It can cause problems if, like, there's imperfections in the paper, like in this one and this small one with the clasp. It's like linen. It's like linen paper. And so, like, when I'm writing, I have to be very careful because sometimes the paper will be pulled up by the pen, the nib, whatever it's called. Which sucks because it makes it all, like, thin and the ink bleeds through. But yeah, so that's my Book of Shadows collection currently, and I just wanted to show that to you guys. So if you have any questions or if you want to see more of my lovely book, either one of these, then just, like, tell me and I'll do a special video just for the information in these, because they're pretty awesome. I really like them. So thanks for watching, and have a blessed Yule, because that's today. And a new moon. Look at that. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.